Most players think football is about skill. Some think it's about speed. Others think it's about fitness. But the truth? None of that matters if you can't see the game before it happens. Because there's one skill that separates average midfielders from elite ones. And it has nothing to do with how fast you run or how clean your first touch is. It's something you're probably doing wrong right now without even realizing it. And if you fix it, your entire game will slow down while everyone else panics. That skill is scanning, but not the way you think. Because most players think scanning means looking around. That's not scanning, that's just turning your head. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how elite midfielders actually scan the game, why you feel rushed even when you have time, and how to finally see the pitch like a player 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Let's clear something up. If you struggle in midfield, it's probably not because you can't pass, or because your touch is bad, or because you're not strong enough. It's because you're making decisions too late. Most players only think after they receive the ball. That's the problem. By the time the ball reaches your feet, the game has already changed. A defender is closer, a passing lane is gone, a teammate is blocked. Now you're reacting instead of controlling. And reactive players always look under pressure, even when they technically have time. Elite midfielders don't wait for the ball to decide. They decide before the ball arrives. That difference is everything.
Here's what's really happening when you struggle to scan. Your attention is stuck on the ball, not the game. Most players fall in love with the ball. They stare at it, track it, wait for it, and completely ignore what's happening around them. So when the pass comes in, it feels like chaos, but the chaos was already there. You just didn't see it. Elite midfielders operate differently. They don't focus on the ball. They focus on information before the ball arrives. Because football is not a ball sport. It's an information sport played with a ball. And if you don't have information, your first touch becomes panic. Your pass becomes rushed. And your movement becomes random. That's why you freeze under pressure. Not because you lack skill, but because your brain is overloaded at the worst possible time. Now, let's fix it. This is how elite midfielders actually scan. 1. Scan before the pass is made. Most players scan after they get the ball. Elite players scan before they receive it. This is the difference between reacting and controlling. Before the pass even arrives, ask, where is pressure coming from? Where is my escape option? Where is the open space? That half-second scan gives you control. Without it, you are blind. 2. Scan with a purpose, not random looking. Most players turn their head constantly, but see nothing because they are not looking for anything. Elite players scan with questions. Can I turn? Is there pressure behind me? Who is free in midfield? If you don't ask a question, your scan is useless. Scanning is not movement. It is decision preparation. 3. Scan in multiple directions, not just one side. One of the biggest mistakes young midfielders make, they only scan one side. Elite players scan left, right, behind. Why? Because pressure comes from blind spots. If you only check one direction, you're gambling, and midfielders cannot afford to gamble.
4. Scan while moving, not standing still. If you only scan when you're stationary, you're already late. Elite midfielders scan while jogging, pressing, receiving, turning. Movement plus scanning equals awareness under pressure. If you wait to scan, you are always reacting. Now, let's make this real. Here's how you train it. In your next session, before every pass you receive, check one shoulder, check opposite shoulder. Decide before the ball arrives. Take your first touch into space, not into pressure. At first, it'll feel slow. That's normal because you're rebuilding awareness. But after a few sessions, the game will start feeling slower. Not because the game changed, but because you changed. Now, in matches, stop staring at the ball. Start building a mental map of the pitch. Ask yourself constantly, what's behind me? What happens next? Where is the danger? That's how elite midfielders play. Here's the truth. Elite midfielders don't have better vision. They just use their vision earlier. That's it. They are not reacting to football. They are predicting it. And once you start scanning properly, you stop being a player who survives pressure and become a player who controls it. So don't ask, how do I pass better? Ask, what did I miss before I received the ball? Because football is not about what you do on the ball. It's about what you see before you get it. If you learn something from this, subscribe for more football IQ breakdowns that actually change how you play. And remember, the game is never faster than you. You just seen it too late.